Mic testing, 1 2 1 2. Mic testing, 1 2. Hey guys, thank you for tuning back into my videos. Let me just say that I am so happy to be back. Now I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm gonna try to make this video straight and quick to the point. I feel like when you're using brushes, you really need a good, maybe I'd say 5 to 10 of them to do your makeup. Like, you don't need 30 brushes for 30 different things and this and that, each this, each that. Like, now every brush can work. You can also, brushes that are used for other things can be used for how you want to use them. Brushes can be manipulated just like makeup. So we're gonna get this show on the road, guys. Let me tell y'all something. Today is Sunday. I had a little libations. This is my favorite one. Like I said, I think in my video about getting to know me, I named some good wines, but I think this is my favorite. This is my heart. I love Moscato. That's my favorite. So had it on chill. I'm gonna try not to get none of this wine on this white shirt, you know. But yes, so I want to bring y'all the brushes because I've given you face, eyes, and lips, and you have to know what to apply it with. So brushes and sponges. I'm gonna start off with sponges because I feel like sponges are just universal, and you try to find the one that can soak up the least amount of product when you're using foundation and concealer, because you want your stuff to stretch. So for me, when I first started makeup, Real Techniques was the first brand I used when it came down to sponges, besides like beauty supply sponges that you thought you can get away with, but they weren't always that hot. But it was an orange sponge. I think they still sell them, but they have also, moved up in the world. It's one sponge that Real Techniques no longer sells, and I do not understand why. It's called a diamond sponge or something like that. It was white, and it kind of looked like it had like diamond looking dust on it. Like, it was nice. Like, when I say that sponge used to blend out my makeup like a dream, it's discontinued now. I can't find that sponge anywhere. But these are the two sponges that I use. They are both from e.l.f. This is their pink sponge, like the fuchsia. Now, they both are clean. This sponge is usually this big. It could be more narrow than it's because it's still damp. So, sponges expand with water. And this sponge usually is this big. Like their sponges usually are this big. This one gets to be more like firm and longer like this once it dries. But this one kind of stays big and firm. And as you can see, like, they're easy to manipulate and move around your makeup. Like, when you move in makeup, you want that stuff to pounce like this. Like, you don't want no stiff sponge that's moving hard or, absorbing all your product. To me, these two sponges, they blend like a dream and they do not absorb your product. This, I believe, is F complexion sponge. I'm going to link everything that I show you guys, the best that I can link it. I know this will be on Ulta, and this, you can find this anywhere. Maya, Walter, Ulta and Walmart had a son, huh? Walter, Ulta and Walmart. I can't believe I just said Walter. But you can find these sponges anywhere. Like, they are very easy to find. Amazon sell them. So these are my two favorite. I do have other sponges, like I said, Real Techniques. Their orange sponge is good. They have a couple of smaller sponges, and I'll link that down below. I don't use them. These are my everyday makeup, like for clients, for myself. Yes, I've had the beauty blender. If anybody who is like more advanced and you knowing about makeup a little bit more, it's not for me. I like it to a certain extent, but when I say these two sponges right here are bum to me, they're bum to me. So we're going to start off with applying foundation. Now you can apply foundation two ways. You can get you a dense brush. This is a foundation brush they got on here, Real Technique 200. It came in a set. It is so dense, y'all. Like when I say dense, this is one of the best brushes to like. Remember when I told you guys you always want to push your product in your face? This is one of the best brushes to push your product in your face. And I'm going to try to use, when I do my glam look for you guys, I'm going to try to use all the brushes that I'm telling you about so you can see how I use them. But yes, this brush right here, it is so dense, but it's so soft. So it helps to apply your product and helps to push it in without shearing it out. And you want a dense brush that can push the product in and not shear out your foundation. Because even though we're using drugstore foundation, even if you want to use higher end foundation, we're not trying to lose all our product. We still pay for that. I don't care how little or how much. We want our foundation to last us a good amount of time, okay? So that's one way. Or you can apply with a regular foundation brush. This brush, I could have got this off. I believe this came off Amazon. Amazon has great face sets. It's hard unless like you use a certain brand like F or a Jacqueline Hill if they sold it, or Morphe or BH Cosmetics. Like it's hard to find the best eye blending brushes. Now they have good eye placement of eyeshadow brushes, just a regular eyeshadow brush. But when it comes down to like your crease brush or your blending brushes or a taper brush, which I'm gonna get into, it's kind of hard to find those good brushes to me in a Walmart set. I don't know about other people, but when it comes down to your face, I think Walmart has some of the cheapest, best face sets that you can use that can last you up to I say 6 months to a year. They give you like a 12-piece brush set, about 5 or 6 to be for your face, and it'd be like $9.99, $7.99. Like they are so reasonably priced. Now these are the two ways that I blend in my foundation, with either a nice dense brush like this, which you use, do they have a name? They call it the expert. They call this the expert face brush. Elf has one called the cream, the powder blurring brush. You can use powder dense brushes. I don't think I have that one in here, but I will link it down below so that you guys can see it or whatever, so that you can know what I mean. But Elf has great face brushes. Like when I say great, they may not always like last, but they only $6. Like, that's a steal. And they just blend in your makeup so well. This chair always moving, but it blends in your makeup so very well. So yeah, this for foundation. Now, let's get on to some brushes that'll help you blend in like your concealer. Now, honestly, depending on how much concealer you need, a foundation brush can definitely apply concealer very well. You can use this brush to, even some people use brushes like this to set it, but a foundation brush is great for applying concealer. I like to apply concealer in sections. So let me see. Something like this works for me. This was a BH Cosmetics brush. As y'all can see, it's like kind of raggedy now. It used to be pink. I'll tell you, I have a lot of brushes and they go through wear and tear with me, because either some are for me and some are for my clients and I use them. But you can use a brush like this, which I got from the beauty supply from Amazon, and you can use it because it's not as dense, but it can help lay down the concealer under your eye, or lay down the concealer under on your cubic's bow. Like it has like enough firmness. But this right here is my ultimate brush, because it's like it has the density to it. And did they have something, they call it the 130, because it came in a set, If I can still find a set, I'll link that set down below as well. But you need like a dense brush. It would let you know too. A lot of brushes will tell you it's a concealer brush. And those are the type of brushes that you need to really blend your concealer out, so that you can look like, you know, a dream. Like you blend that concealer out, you making that concealer look nice. You don't ever want your concealer to really like just not be blended under your makeup, especially depending on what type of makeup. Like if your makeup is very sheer, you want to make sure you sheer. Like if you're using like a BB cream or a CC cream, you just want to make sure the concealer that you place up under your eye is not noticeable, that the makeup can cover it. That's all. So this brush, something like this, anything that's a concealer brush, will be a great brush to use. Now, once you have done that, depending on how you use your makeup, if you do your face first, if you do your eyes first. I'm usually an eye first person, but I did mine starting off with the face because I started off with sponges that you use for your face. Usually this part of the sponge I use under eye, because I use this to, after you use a brush to apply your concealer or your foundation, you need a sponge to help push it in more. So you use this part, which people used to call the butt part of the sponge, to just push in the foundation, and you can use this tip right here to push in the product of your foundation that you couldn't get with just using this, or you can use the bottom part for your concealer. Now for the other sponge, what you could definitely do is use this for, you know, blending in your makeup and also putting down your setting powder, like just to put it in there. Now if you're the type of person that will blend out your setting powder, then you're an amazing person. I push it in, but a lot of times I don't really blend it out because I bake depending on the look. Now if I'm just going for like a quick look, I don't really care. I just put a little bit up under there, brush it off, be done. But you can use either side to apply or to put down the powder. I think that brush, that sponge is great. Now when it comes down to eyeshadow, it's brushes like this. All these brushes have come from different levels of life. This brush is my Jaclyn Hill brush. What does she call this brush? She don't call it anything. She just got the JH look like 30. But this is a dense dome shape eyeshadow crease brush, a blending brush. You might see more like blending brush. This brush is what you use to apply your transition colors, or like your colors that look more like your skin tone, the oranges, the pretty browns. You'll use this to apply all over your lid. So this is your main brush. You can use a brush like this. This came from Ruby Kisses. This is like when they came out with their first brushes. This is more of a tapered brush, so you can use this to do the same thing. Like these type of dome shape or taper shape brushes, you can use to apply all over your lid, which I don't know if they still sell these, but this is a good brush to have. Came from beauty supply. I think I paid like $4.99 for it. But this came in a set. Jaclyn Hill has a set of brushes that just gets you straight to the point. I got these brushes. All three of these brushes are from Morphe, right? Morphe has some of the best brushes out there to me besides e.l.f. and Real Techniques, especially when it come down to this. Now, I'm going to treat myself for after the holidays and stuff, once, you know, everything kind of gets back to your, you know, norm. And I'm going to try Sigma brushes because I think Sigma brushes are great. The way that people say that they use them, and I've seen people use them, they like they apply great. I'm going to try some. And I wanted to try them first because I wanted to see if it's something that I would get like for my kit, because I could work these brushes. So I got three Morphe brushes. I have a 440, I have a 433, I'm sorry, a 441, a 433, and a 514. The Fab 14 is more of my crease brush, like to pack on the color and blend it out, because it's so small. It get to fit in that little spot, like over here. You probably can see it better, but that little spot in the crease. Now, you can use this brush and this brush to blend it out. You can use it to apply your color just like the taper brushes. Like, these brushes are versatile. You can use them for so many different things. Some people use them to even apply some shadow, because they like to pack it down on that side so that they can like blend it out with another brush. I always say you usually need these two, or you know, something like that. But if you are the type of person that likes to go back and forth with brushes, and you need, because this one may get a little dirty, I usually use like a face eraser, and I'll just wipe my brushes off on there, so to get like the color and stuff up out of them. And it works really well. Like, it erases all the makeup off your face. So I use some type of towels to erase makeup off my brushes, to use them and go in another color. Also, you have another, also you have another brush. It's like more tapered. Now, this brush was a brush that I bought from Amazon that it was about 2 years ago, and it was like rave reviewed, and I really do like it. And it's like another brush similar to how this one is used, but they're totally different, because this one is more dense, this one is more fluffy. Now, I've had these brushes for probably over 3 or 4 years, so color has definitely been on them for not washing them fast enough. But I'm gonna re-up. That's why you see the red. I'm gonna give me some new ones, but again, I'm gonna try Sigma Tune. But this is more of a taper brush, and this is also used for packing in color and putting it on your crease. And like, I don't even know if Amazon still sells this brush, but like, anybody really has a brush like this. Morphe, F probably have one. I'm gonna see, can I find you guys a good one? Real Techniques might have something similar, but I'm definitely going to look and see. But this is a great brush also. Now, let's get to the lid. When you're applying color on your lid, you have options, and I'm gonna tell y'all the options. Before I tell you, I'm gonna show you this brush too, but I'll give you some options. What's another one? It's one that's it's so small, and I love it because I have like hooded lids, so it works. Okay, so this brush is not, that's why I tell you brushes can be manipulated. This is a concealer brush by Wet n Wild, but I sometimes use it when I'm trying to put like a lot of color in one spot and I wanted to pack it on my lid. More like if I do a cut crease, or if you use that one color and you want to blend out, I'd like to use this like to go up further than my crease, because my lid is really small. I have hooded lids, so yeah, I love this brush for that. I use it for that, but I also use it up under my Alpha concealer. Like I said, brushes have multiple purposes, but some people use brushes this big to apply their shadow to their lid, depending on your lid space. If you have like bigger lids, people like stuff like this. Now, this is your more two normal lid brushes. Like this one I think came from like a BH Cosmetics set. This one definitely came from Amazon. Like I tell you, my brushes have been through a lot. I've had these brushes probably for over 3 to 4 years, so they've been through a lot. But these are like your normal lid brushes. Now, this brush right here, this little nice little brush, can you see it? This is for us girls when you just want to put like a little bit of shadow on. You just want to do this and just make yourself look awake. This is for the smaller lids. The hooded lid girls right here. This is a Jaclyn Hill brush. Came in that set. It's the JH42. I love it. And it is also good at, once you start getting more advanced, I know you guys have probably seen people who bring they put the little color in their tear duct and then they'll bring it down. Or if you want to put black or any pretty other colors at the bottom of your lid, this brush moves so effortlessly. She also got another brush that does that, like a dome shaped brush, which I'm gonna show you a different one because I don't see that in this set. But this brush is so good for that, y'all. Like, I love it. This is what I use on my clients. If I'm not using a dome shaped brush that she has, I'm using this one for sure. Now this brush right here, the Real Techniques give it a name. They call this the deluxe crease brush. Now this brush is not a good brush to do your crease with. This was like one of those first sets when Real Techniques was first coming out, I remember. But this brush, you guys know that when you put down the base, you want to put it down so evenly. So you need like a bigger dome shaped brush. This brush packs down your color of your concealer, of your base. And then you can also use it to set it with like a powder so that it can be set, because you put some liquid down. So a lot of people like to set it. It depends on if I'm pressed for time or not. Do I set it, or do I just go into putting my eyeshadow on there? Because eyeshadow is also like powdery. But this brush is amazing. And it usually come in a set of, I think it's 5 or 4 or 5. But I'm going to link the set down. But like I said, I'm going to use all the brushes and show you how I use them when I do the glam look for the holidays for you guys. Now, this is what I was talking about when I said you want like a dome shaped brush. Again, don't judge the look of it. The top of it works just fine. But this is the type of brush. It moves. You see how like it moves, but it has firmness. And you want to be able to pick up that color and just slide it up under here to either like smoke out your crease. Not your crease, Lord. Smoke out your bottom lash line. Smoke out or bring the colors. Like say you had colors up here and you want to do like, I got like a dark brown and I want to do my light brown and you want to connect it. This is a good brush for that. These are the type of brushes that you need. Now, we're going to talk about brushes that I use to set concealer. Usually, brushes like that are made like this. Sometimes you will have them where they're angled brushes. And then sometimes you will have them where they're just straight up. But they're made with this much density. Here you go, right here. The original. I got like 4 or 5 of these brushes. Or whatever. Well, I done had like 4 or 5. I got 3 left. Do they got a name for it on here? Nope, I don't see it. It might be on the newer version. But this type of brush, I think they would call it a powder setting brush or concealer setting brush. But these type of brushes right here, you can do like the angle. Because your eyes are kind of angled, you can go up under there and you can set it, or you can sweep it. It depends on you. But this one definitely, you can press that powder in, or you can sweep that powder out. This brush, this type of brush right here, because you can move it effortlessly. And my best friend bought me this brush not too long ago, but I have other brushes like it. So I made this brush my brush for either removing the powder up under my eyes or setting it. But this is usually my go-to setting a concealer. Setting it with a powder, brushing that powder off after I've applied it, or you can apply your powder with this, let it sit, and then brush it off or press it in. It's up to you. It depends on how makeup work on your skin, which level, and you ready to go with it. So when it comes down to doing like contour and stuff like that, I like brushes that's more like, they can be shaped like this, or they can be shaped like this. Also, you can apply your contour color with a brush like this. Like when you're contouring and you want to get inside your cheeks, you can use a brush like this. That's really gonna let that concealer, you know, that contour color just move. You can either use the powder. If you powder your face, these are great brushes. Like I tell you, I just told you what I use for this. I use this for that too. Like the angle, because your jaw is going, you know, you want it to be able to be brushed out, but it's movable. And that's what you want. You want brushes that are dense enough, but they are also able to move. Also, when it come down to applying You can use a regular foundation brush to not set, but to apply your contour. When this comes down to your contour and your contour is liquid cream, this can work for that. You can definitely do that if you just don't want, if it's not in the tube and you do this and it's in more of like the Black Radiance kit, so it come in like using concealer form. Oh yes, you can apply with a foundation brush too. Now when it comes down to setting it with a powder, I'm sorry, you can also use brushes like this. Now these brushes get you where you need to go. This is an old set by Ulta. It's for contouring, but I usually use some this small on my nose, cause your nose, you want to chisel it. So, and it's for more for cream. To me, brushes like this are for cream, and then you'll use brushes like this to set whatever you did with a powder. But this is more for like cream and liquid. But I love these type of brushes. They are very handy, and they do help apply makeup quickly if you're trying to do a quick look. I only got 2 left. A lot of them like broke right here, because I think I bought this in like 2015. So this one and another one is still holding strong, y'all. But when it comes down to your contour, you always want to get brushes like this to either put in your powder, set your powder, remove your powder. You can also use these brushes to put powder all over your face. Now, brushes that I like to use to put powder all over my face are brushes that are fluffy. You want fluffy brushes like this. Like this. F has one. It is called the pointed powder brush. You want brushes like this. You want to be able to maybe put the powder on like this, and maybe sometimes I take this brush and I'll sweep powder away, like when I have like that little contour right here, but then you put your lighter color right there. Or when I set my face with my Kat Von D and it's that white powder, I'll take a brush like this, either one of these, and I'll be like sweep, sweep. You want something like that that's gonna move it, but you also want to pack it in. So when you're packing in, I feel like you want something this dense and this kind of, this one could go both ways. You could use this to either pack in or sweep away. This one definitely more for sweeping away. But something like this, gonna pack in your color and it can sweep away your color. So I love brushes like this. And like I said, I'm gonna link them down below. The brushes, the ones that are reasonably priced, that either are very similar to those brushes or they are in close like proximity to them. Now, depending on your face, when you're, okay, we have different, what we call highlighter. Highlighting under your eye and all this, these are not the brushes. But when you put on a highlight that's like more in a compact, or it's like a loose highlighter or something like that, you want to use these type of brushes, a fan brush. Any fan brush, usually it can move. You're able to move it. It goes with you. You can apply it. I usually use this one. This one, to me, is nice, but for me, I like more of a highlight that's more even. So sometimes more evenness comes out in a smaller brush. I have a Real Technique brush too. The set that came with a fan brush, but I could use this. You can also use that concealer crease, concealer setting brush. You can use this type of brush to apply your contour, your highlight. You can use this to also blend out your contour. Like, this brush does a lot of great things, but I use it mostly for my under eye because I feel like it works better than any brush really in setting. But you can use this to apply your highlight, and I have like more than one, so I can use one to do the concealer of setting it, and then use another brush to just put on my highlight. So yeah, these brushes are great for highlight. This is another great brush, Real Techniques again. I forgot what set this came with because, again, my best friend bought me this. Do they say it on here? Sam and Nick. It was by Sam and Nick. So it was an orange set. I don't know if they still have it, but it got 2 different brushes. It has like a foundation stippling brush, but this is more like a powder brush. And I use this also for my contour. When you want to blend that contour out, this is one of the best brushes. So you need something, again, that's like dense and movable, that's going to move that liquid around. And I also use it to apply powder if I use something different, another brush. But this brush is good for that. It's also good for putting powder in your face. And it gets, even though it's small, y'all, it gets a lot of area on your face. What else? Eyebrow brushes. Now, these are what you call your basic eyebrow brushes. These are the brushes that help make your eyebrows be on point. Okay? This one came from Real Techniques. Yeah. So it will come with the set. I think it's Jaclyn Hill. I don't really use it. I try to keep a Jaclyn Hill brushes more so for my clients and stuff like that. I test them out first. If they work good on me, then I know they'll be good for my client. But I stick to my regular elves and this and that or whatever. But yeah, brushes like this and like that, those are the brushes that you use to get your eyebrows on point. 2 tools that you would need to now you do have lip brushes. I'm sorry, I didn't show you guys eyeliner brushes. I use brushes like this for eyeliner. Now I know it's other brushes that I made for, but I like brushes like this you can use for eyeliner, just for your top lid. This is usually for cream liner. I use this same brush when it comes down to lips. Like say you're applying a customer lip. I don't really use lip brushes for me. That's like very rare. But when you're doing a client's makeup, you don't want to put a lip, unless you're going to give them that lip gloss, you don't want to be tampering. I'm sorry. So you would take this brush and you will take it and put it on their lip and blend it out. And it blends out perfectly because it's so small, it can work the areas of your lip perfectly. Now, these are the last tools that you would need when doing makeup. Depending on what type of beginner eyelash user you are, you have tweezers. Either you're going to use this form to pick up your lash and apply it, or you're going to use these tweezers. That's regular old school tweezers. And you can also use these to get the hair off your eyebrows. You know, we all doing something different now, trying to learn techniques with that, with the world being in quarantine. But yeah, it's these 2 type of tweezers that we have to pick up our lashes. Now, me personally, I like to use these to take my lashes off the container that it came in, because they be so sticky and I'm heavy-handed. But I use my fingers for my lashes. I've never perfected this. So yeah, these are the 2 types of tweezers. Either you're going to get the long ones that you can grab like this, or you're going to get the regular ones. Guys, I hope that this video will be shorter for you guys. I hope that I was able to give you some useful information. Those are the majority of brushes that you will need to do makeup. Those are the brushes that I use to do makeup. I don't see any other brushes or any other things that I use. But yeah, I'm sorry if the video went long, but I try to give as much information for the simple fact of I want to be able to answer questions without having other questions not be answered, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to just give you one thing. I want you to be able to be like, oh, okay, it could be used for this, it could be used for that. Oh, this is what she mean by that. So I'm trying, I know I be long-winded sometimes, and I don't mind being long-winded. That's just me. But I just want to make sure I'm giving, especially for my beginners, I want to make sure I'm giving you all the information so that when you are looking at my video, or when you are writing down this information, that once you're picking it up, it's coming to you, you know. So that is it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys. I will link the makeup that I have on, like my lips. Like my regular makeup is just regular makeup. But if you want to know, I will definitely link that down there too. But I'm going to link my lipstick down there. I told you I love matte, and let you guys know these are two Sephora they two lip stains that I put together. So yeah, I'm gonna link down my look. I hope y'all see. I poured out my natural hair for this video. It needed a break. It needs to come on now or whatever. That's something that I have to work on, taking care of my natural hair, because it's hard being natural, y'all. But that's a video for a different day. But I do appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are safe. I pray you guys are enjoying your weekend. I hope y'all know that when I get off of here, I'm going to go watch these Housewives, baby. Finish off this little bottle of Roscato and enjoy my night some more, and watch my Housewives of Potomac. We got Potomac and Atlanta. And I'm going to watch Power Book, because it's back. Like, this is the best Sunday ever. So, you guys be safe. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, invite your friends to come look up their beginners in makeup. Share my videos with them. Show them, you know, this is the part 3 of the 3-part series. So this is the last one. But I'm here for y'all. You know, I'm here. So I will try to have my glam look up next, so you guys can get practicing, so we can be on point and have these Santa baby pictures out here for whomever needs to see the glow up, or whomever needs to see the inspiration. And this ain't for nothing like no negative. I mean, like, we are in the house bored. We need inspiration. We need to look at it, look to be like, oh, I want that. Oh, I'm gonna go to her and get her to do this. We gonna do that. That's what I mean by that. So y'all have a good night. If you watching in the morning, have a good morning. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this video and get it up to you guys as early as I can Monday. Peace, love, and be blessed, y'all. Please keep yourself happy, and please, if you're not okay, let your close family and friends know that you're not okay. This is not the time to hide your feelings or hide how you're feeling from people that's close to you. We don't want nobody in no deep depressions. We don't want nobody out here hurting. So please, even if you want to leave a comment, I hope this video cheer you up in some type of way. But please, it's okay to not be okay. You can't be strong all the time. Love you all. Again, stay blessed, and deuces.